Now, good afternoon again to our dear mentors and also to Francesca. I'm not sure whether Yasmine is here from ITU, both of them from ITU. Welcome to the Women in Cyber Mentorship Program 2023. This session is a preparatory briefing for the mentors. And my name is Irene Corpuz, and I'm representing the Women in Cybersecurity MiddleEast. So WiCSME, we are also grateful to be partnering and collaborating with the ITU to operate the mentorship program for the Arab region. And for that, allow me also to appreciate the support and volunteering efforts of our other WiCSME members in preparing the mentors and mentees matching in the Arab region for this program. Basma?
Yes. طبعا اللي بتحاول تقولوا انه اليوم طبعا ايرين زميلتي او شريك مؤسس لرابطة نساء الشرق الأوسط للأمن السبراني، وبلس أنها هي الممثل للرابطة في برنامج المنتورشيب، برنامج الإرشاد. طبعا إحنا اليوم بالشراكة مع الIoT بالفيرجن العربي، فإحنا يعني بما معنى أنه بنقود الموضوع هذا بالنسخة العربية. فهذا بالإجمال وإيش اللي ذكرته آيرين.
So again, just appreciating the members of the Women in Cybersecurity who volunteered to be part of the organizing the mentorship program. And Dr. Reem, our team lead, will not be able to attend, but also our co-founder, Ms. Basma, is here with us. The other members, the deputy lead is Arwa, and the rest of the ladies are Nouf, Shamma, Mariam, Lama, and Mariam.
طبعا من ناحية رابطة نساء الشرق الأوسط، الفريق الذي يقود من جهة الرابطة هي التيم ليد قائدة الفريق الدكتورة ريم الشمري، اللي اعتذرت اليوم ما قدرت لظروف طارئة عندها. طبعا النائب للدكتورة ريم أروى الكاثيري، أتمنى أقول اسمها لقبها بطريقة صحيحة. myself as a في حالة غياب أحد منهم بكون أنا موجودة. طبعا آيرين هي السوبرفايزر شو اسمه للقيادة هذه أو الفريق بالضبط. طبعا أنا بحاول قدر الإمكان أترجم بالعربي، ففي أشياء معينة يعني خذ راحتكم، تكلموا بأريحية في الشات، سواء في الشات أو في يعني تشيلوا الميوت يعني في حاجة تبغوا تسألوا أي أسئلة. طبعا باقي الأعضاء زي ما أنتم شايفين، باقي أعضاء الفريق اللي هي شمة والمهندسة نوف ومريم ولما الحمد ومريم الجهي.
Yeah. Okay, so for the expectations, your expectations from the program, we cannot wait to hear from you. So as we progress, please post your questions in the chat box. Please feel free to write it in Arabic if you're more comfortable with that. Again, Basma and myself will do our best to answer the questions. Most especially, our ladies from ITU, Francesca, Yasmine, will assist us in answering your questions.
طبعا المتوقع منكم إنه ودنا نسمع من طرفكم إيش الأسئلة اللي جاية في بالكم، ممكن نساعدكم فيها. فلكم الأريحية، يا إنكم تكتبوها كتابة بالعربي أو بالإنجليزي زي ما أنتم ترتاحوا في طريقة المحادثة، أو إنكم تشيلوا الميوت الصامت بحيث تقدروا تتكلموا بصوتكم وتسألوا السؤال.
Okay.
Can we ask now or we have to wait?
We are just still in the introduction, so I think we could move on for a moment.
طيب حاليا خلونا بس تخلص حاليا خلينا بس خذوا راحتكم في الكتابة، لكن في الصوت خلي بس آيرين تخلص الانترودكشن المقدمة، بعد كده نبدأ نجاوب.
Okay. So by this time, you should have received the welcome package. It should have come from events@womenincybersecurity.me. If you did not receive them, please check your spam folder. It could have landed in that folder. This welcome package includes the names and contact details of the matches between mentor and mentees, the information sheet, curriculum, confidentiality agreement, and the goals and attendance sheet. Please make sure to visit this welcome package folder regularly because the curriculum will be updated very often. Basma.
Yes. طيب عندكم انتم حاليا مفترض انه واصل لكم الباكج حق الترحيب بالايميل. في حالة اذا ما وصل لكم اي ايميل من عندنا تحتاجوا تقولوا لنا انه فعلا ما وصل لكم حتى نشوف شو الاشكالية. طبعا النقطة الثانية اللي هو الاسماء والكونتاكت تفاصيلها للمرشد او المنتيز سايكلز هي اساسا من ضمن الويلكم او الترحيب ايميل الترحيب. وفيها برضو في الترحيب عفوا خليني اقولها بصياغه صحيحه. الايميل الترحيبي فيها اسئله اللي ممكن تخطر في بالكم ولها اجوبتها. في طبعا برضو الاجريمنت اللي هو ال NDA اتوقع اللي هو شو يسموها يا رب عدم الافصاح، اتفاقية عدم الافصاح بحيث الكل المفترض يوقعها. Irene, I have to ask this question. Do we need to sign this one and get it return it back, right?
The confidentiality agreement, yes, it has to be completed by all participants, and then the goals and attendance sheet, this will be completed by the mentors.
Yeah, but for the confidentiality agreement, you need us to sign it and send it back to you, right?
Yes.
Okay. طيب فبالتالي نحتاج نوقع اتفاقية عدم الإفصاح ونرسلها شو اسمه لي آيرين. طبعا عندنا النقطة الأخيرة أهداف أوكي. اللي أعرفه عادة النقطة الأخيرة هي عبارة عن صفحة أو شيت فيها الأهداف والحضور لكل جلسة بتسووها مع المنتيز. فبالتالي هذه برضو تحتاجوا أول بأول تعبوها وترسلوها لآيرين. Irene, I have a question in the last point. So what I understand, last point, it can be completed by the end of the program.
Francesca, if you can answer that question, please.
This is what I remember that last year.
Francesca.
Yeah, sure. So the goals and attendance sheet completed by mentor will be sent back to the...
Francesca, I cannot hear you properly, sorry.
Just give me a minute to adjust. Can you hear me clearly at this point?
Better.
Okay. Better, yes.
Great. So the goals and attendance sheet is to be completed by mentors and sent back to WiCSME at the end of the program. However, we recommend that mentors fill this in as the program continues, rather than waiting until the end to fill it out. So periodically.
Agreed.
Yeah.
agreed totally agreed. فالنقطة الأخيرة مهم إنه أول بأول إحنا كمنترز مرشدين في كل جلسة بنجلسها مع المنتيز نسجل فيها الأهداف، نسجل فيها الحضور، كم مدة الحضور. أنا ما طلعت للأمانة بس أذكر من السنة الماضية إنه فيه أول بأول نعبيه. بنهاية البرنامج نحتاج نرسل اللي عبيناه خلال الفترة نرسله لآيرين. Irene, you need to receive all these by yourself, not Francesca, right?
Yes, I can collect them, Francesca, no, because we are the ones who emailed them, and as a batch, we will forward it to them. Yeah.
make sense. فبالتالي ترسلوها الآيرن بحيث إنه آيرن
events at WiCSME women in cybersecurity.me.
yes.
Yes.
Yes. في واحدة من السيدات سألت إيش الإيميل اللي ترسل منه الإيميل، فهذا هو واضح عندكم في الفيرست بوينت في الأول نقطة.
Okay, done.
At womenincybersecurity.me.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, please.
I will proceed now. Yeah. Okay, so here is the introduction to the Women in Cyber 2023 Mentorship Program. It has 3 pillars, which are namely inspire, train, and empower.
طبعا واحدة من الأساسيات خليني بس أقرأها بس أستوعبها. Introduction to the WiC Mentorship Program. واحدة من الأشياء الأساسية اللي موجودة في البرنامج أو أهدافها هي أنه نحاول نكون نحفز الناس وندربهم ونقويهم وندعمهم. فهذه 3 أساسيات كأهداف للبرنامج.
Okay, so basically in the mentorship program, the first pillar to inspire has 3 keynote webinars. This features speakers from the well-known and inspiring women in cybersecurity who will showcase their career path and therefore promoting the role model and the perception of women as valuable additions to the cybersecurity workforce.
فاللي حيحصل هنا في أول هدف اللي هو الانسباير التحفيز، في عندنا في البرنامج 3 ويبينارز راح يحصل كينوت ويبينارز حيكونوا conducted by speakers معروفين. speakers بيكونوا سيدات في الأمن السبراني حتى يوضحوا يعني showcases أو خلينا نقول يوضحوا أحداث معينة في السايبر سيكيورتي خلال وظيفتهم إيش اللي واجهوها. طبعا هذا الهدف منه إنه تعزيز المثل الأعلى للومن كأنها إضافة للسايبر سيكيورتي أو الأمن السبراني في البيئة أو في المنظمة.
Yes. The second pillar is about training. This is a combination of the technical and soft skills training courses to be provided to the participants to enhance their skills for the profession and their own personal development.
A training Irene, combination of technical and soft training courses. So do you have a specific schedule for this training?
There is a program on the curriculum where in this what do you call this? The circle, the mentorship circle, the recorded session, which are optional, and also the schedule for the keynote speakers and the trainings are all there in the curriculum. And they have the specific schedule and who will be the speakers will be updated accordingly. Yeah, okay. Francesca?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes, okay.
Okay. So في النقطة الثانية اللي هو التدريب، فهو عبارة عن مجموعة من تدريبات عملية وتدريبات soft skills. أتوقع ماني عارف كيف ترجمتها بالضبط، بس أقدر أديكم example فيها. soft skills زي communication skill، يعني زي طريقة التواصل مع الآخرين وهكذا. طبعا هذه courses تكون راح تكون مقدمة للمشاركين لتعزيز المهارات بطريقة احترافية. Yeah, go ahead, Irene.
Okay, so the third pillar is about empowering. This is a very important, especially for the women who would like to go up on the next level of their career or career plan or progression. There are 2 mentorship circle sessions, a live platform for the participants to further explore their professional and personal development topics with high-level women in cybersecurity. In the empowerment pillar, there will also be monthly meetings with the mentors to discuss the individual development needs of their respective mentees.
Okay, so what I understand, it's like this is the 3rd goal.
Yes.
2 mentorship cycle sessions. Who will be conducted by whom? Cycle sessions. A live platform for participants to further explore professionals. I'm trying to understand it more so I can explain it properly. Francesca, could you please elaborate more about this point?
Sure. So the 2 mentorship circles are events that we will host once a month. And in these circles, it will be an opportunity for the mentor and their assigned mentees to all together, depending if you have 2 mentees or 3 mentees or 1 mentee, to together explore each other's professional goals, personal development, and also an opportunity for the mentees to network amongst each other. I'm sure as mentors, you may find that some of your mentees have similar interests and goals, and this can be an opportunity to connect them.
So this one, it will happen through the meetings, maybe? That's what you meant?
Yes.
Or there is like a specific platform that you have that we're gonna to explore it?
So it will be a live event for everybody to participate in, yes, and we will add the links as they become available. Should this change and we go with a different format, we'll try our best to let everybody know well ahead of time.
اوكي سو اللي فهمته انه للتعزيز الموضوع للمنتيز فيه شغلتين في المنتورشيب سايكل، يعني two mentorship cycle sessions، يعني جلستين للإرشاد. هي عبارة عن منصة حية بحيث إنه البارتيسيبنتس أو المشاركين بشكل عام كلنا كمرشدين أو كمنتيز نحصل على أو نبحث أو explore. شو الإكسبلور بالعربي؟ ترى اللي تعرف بالعربي عادي تساعدني، ما عندكم مشكلة، ترى إحنا نعين ونعاون. إنها تحصل تستكشف. يا سلام عليك، شكرا لك يا سمر. تستكشف أكثر اللي هو development، اللي هو الأشياء سواء شخصية، مهارات شخصية أو احترافية في مواضيع مختلفة. طبعا في بشكل شهري اجتماعات ما بين المنترز وما بين ما بين المرشد وما بين المنتيز. أمانة and I would like to ask Francesca about the last sentence. When you are saying that monthly meetings with mentors to discuss individual development needs, sometimes the mentees, that's what I had يعني faced it last year, when mentees, they are
Hello?
one time in a month enough. Because what I understand, Francesca, that on the program it's about 3 months. If we are gonna to dedicate only 1 month, يعني once a month, that means we will meet only three times.
Yes, I think that will come up a little bit later on in this presentation, but we do expect for mentors to have the 90-minute sessions as well, the individual meetings with their mentees, and it's up to them to decide the frequency. We do recommend a minimum. I think that will come up a little bit later on in more detail.
Yeah, in the next slide, yeah.
Sure. فبالتالي yes طبعا هنا تكرار الاجتماعات ما بين المرشد والمنتيز حيعتمد على الوضع على حسب ظروف المنترز والمنتيز. Yes, you can go ahead with the...
Okay, thank you, Basma. Okay, on the next is, this is about the program objectives and what the mentor's contribution will be. And as you can see, the program objective matches with that of what the mentor can do, which is first to contribute to closing the workspace gap and foster more inclusivity in a traditionally male-dominated field. We know that we, as women in cyber and the other women in cyber globally, we have the same goal of increasing the participation of women in the workforce. And this is one of the key objectives of this program, and how the mentor can contribute to that is very relevant in this program.
الأهداف الأساسية للبرنامج اللي هو مساهمة في تحسين أي تحديات وتسريع خلينا نقول تحسين I'm trying to just to understand it properly so I can say it in Arabic. Traditional male-dominated field, closing the workforce gap and foster more. من تقدر تساعدني في الترجمة هذه؟
I can.
Yeah, please خذ راحتك.
يقصد فيها تقليل الفجوات بين المسار المهني وبين الأوبجكتيف اللي هو أهداف البرنامج. فراح يكون المنتور والكونتريبيوشن مساعدة المنتور إنها تسهم في هذا الاتجاه، إنها تكتشف وين الثغرات الموجودة and it can breach that gap.
Thank
Okay.
you, thank you, Shaima. The second, yes, Basma?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. The second objective, and where the mentors can also contribute, is to tackle the cultural and systematic barriers for women in cybersecurity. There are a lot of barriers in this, depending on the region, depending on the culture. And this is, as you will see it along the way as you progress with the program and the contents in the curriculum on how this cultural and systemic barriers will be tackled.
شهد اللي كانت تترجم قبل شوية؟
لا
شيماء ودك تكملي فيها لأنه عربيتي أنا لك عليها شويتين بالذات في الترجمة.
طيب النقطة هذه الحين
اللي هو contribute tackling الculture. Yes.
أيوة. النقطة الثانية تتكلم عن كيف ممكن للبرنامج أو أهداف البرنامج تتخلص من اللي هي العوائق اللي ممكن تكون سواء مجتمعية أو عن طريق الثقافة اللي في العادة تسوي حواجز بين قدرة المرأة أنها تنخرط في مجال السايبر سيكيورتي وأمن المعلومات، وكيف أن المنتور راح يساعد أو المشرف راح يساعد المنتي في أنهم يكتشفوا هذه الباريرز والحواجز ويقدروا يتخطوها.
والله أنا شوف ترجمتك ما شاء الله تبارك الله ترى أفضل مني، لأنه أنا تلاقيني بحاول أترجم حرفيا بس أنت بسم الله عليك ترى بترجمي موضوعيا أكثر. ترى ودك تكملي؟ وترى نتساعد مع بعض.
غلط.
إيه؟ لا بالعكس ترجمتك أنت داخلة ليش السيشن من غلط؟ أنت منتي ولا منتر؟
السيشن أمس. أيوة.
أنت يعني أنت منتي.
أيوة الغلط السيشن.
Okay, sorry.
Irene, Shaima is a mentee. She missed the session of yesterday.
Yes.
So she thought that if she missed of yesterday, she can join today.
She can join today. Yes, and I told her that yes, she can learn because the program objectives is a program specific, not as a program specific for mentor, not a program specific for mentee. So I told her that she can stay because up to this slide, it's still a generic presentation. But after this slide, it will be specific to the mentor. Okay. And now the third objective is about encouraging the community to guide the senior and junior solidarity among women in the sector. So as you may have observed, there is a classification and criteria to be mentors at least 3 years and above, or 5 and above, so that they can guide those senior already in the field and in the industry, will be able to guide the women or the juniors who are aspiring to enter the cybersecurity field and be able to progress from there and learn from these seniors. Yeah, Basma or Shamma?
Yeah, I would like to Shamma to يعني she has a good translation.
Shamma min fadlak.
Yes. Oh, okay, thank you. I'm sorry, like I feel like I introduced to your session actually, so sorry for that.
لا
Okay.
لا أبدا.
طيب النقطة الثالثة إنه تشجيع المجتمع إنه يبني تعليمات وجايدنس عشان تبني نوع من السوليدريتي. والسوليدريتي هي عبارة عن تعاون في مجتمع سايبر سيكيورتي للنساء، وفي في مختلف الليفلز، وهو مثلا السينيورز والناس اللي عندهم سنوات طويلة من الخبرة، وبين الجونيور اللي هم مثلنا احنا اللي الحين داخلين على القطاع مثلا. وعشان هذا الفجوة يعني ننقل معلومات من المجموعة اللي حاصلين على الخبرة والسينيورز إلى بقية النساء في السكتر في المجال.
ممتاز ما شاء الله.
Okay. Before I proceed with the fourth bullet, is everyone, because for the sake of time and for the interest of time, I know we have a limited session until we only have 10 minutes basically. Is everyone comfortable that I continue everything in English? And I also appreciate Basma actually, because I asked her to jump just immediately with it. As she joined this meeting, we were not ready for Basma to do the translation. Is everyone okay to continue in English? Can you give me a thumbs up if it's okay? Okay.
Yes, yeah. We're okay.
Okay. Okay.
Let me ask this question. If anyone cannot doesn't understand English, please send message.
Okay, sure.
Private messages. Up to you guys.
Thank you. Okay, so basically on the last program objective, the mentors will support the mentees individually and collectively to make sure they meet their development goals. There is a portion here wherein the mentees will develop their SMART goals with their mentors. And during this session, the mentors will make sure that they show as a role model and as advisor and supporter to their mentees, either individually when they do the one-to-one or collectively when they do their meetings as a team. Okay. In the curriculum and timetable, okay. In the curriculum and timetable, please note that all the timing are in CEST or Central European Summer Time and in a 24-hour clock system. The program are also included with the specific coding system or color coding, which will identify whether the items are mandatory training, whether they are optional training, inspirational keynote, or preparation meeting between mentorship within the mentorship circles. Also, please make sure that you consult the curriculum document for an up-to-date information. As I mentioned earlier, this document will be updated from time to time with the latest information. If a mentee is not able to attend the mandatory session, recordings of all the sessions will be available on the YouTube playlist, and it will also be followed with a link, okay? So we request you to please consult the curriculum. So even the recorded session links will also be posted in there. So far, there have already been 3 sessions from Monday and Tuesday for the mentors and mentees, and this is going to be the last session for the mentors. There are the sessions were facilitated by the ITU, and also the 2 other sessions were facilitated by WiCSME, Women in Cybersecurity, and also with the support still of the ITU. There will be 2 mentorship circles, which will be scheduled on August 21 and August 22. This is to be facilitated by the ITU HQ, and this is about developing the SMART goals and mentorship best practices. Again, this schedule is in the curriculum document. The mentor and mentee engagement, this is very important. Following a rigorous selection, each mentor is matched with 1 to 3 mentees. So 1 mentor up to 3 mentees. Some of them will be having only 2 mentees, but a maximum of 3 mentees is assigned for each mentor. And they are selected according to the areas of interest, expertise, and geographic location. As a general guidance, the ITU recommends a 90-minute monthly group meetings between the mentor and their assigned mentees to discuss the module topics, the talks, the trainings, and the mentees are also expected to demonstrate awareness of respective modules. It means during those sessions, the mentor can validate whether the mentees have learned or became aware of the contents of their respective modules. There will be a monthly one-to-one meeting between the mentor and each mentee to discuss their personal development. The duration of the frequency of the one-to-one is to be agreed between the mentor and mentees. So again, there is a 90-minute monthly, and there is also a one-to-one mentor-mentee session. Mentees, to initiate the first engagement with the mentor, you will see in the welcome pack, there is a document that says mentor-mentee matching. You will see the name of the mentors there, your name as a mentor, and your respective mentees. Their email addresses are also there. So it would be good to start engaging with your mentees. For questions about the mentor-mentee engagement, please contact the Women in Cyber at itu.int, or for those who receive the email directly to us, because the Women in Cybersecurity did the matching for the mentees and mentors within the Arab region. Therefore, you can also email us back at events@womenincybersecurity.me. For participation and absence, this is going to be a 4-month engagement. So both mentors and mentees' dedication and commitment are expected. The program runs from August to early November, and there will be links to the recordings of trainings and inspirational keynotes. Again, the links will be provided in the link as they happen. As for the attendance requirements, the mentees are expected to attend all sessions or follow their recordings if they are not able to join the live event. Participation will be tracked by the mentors, that's you, at each mentor-mentee meeting and will be reported to the ITU. For the successful completion of the program, a minimum of 70% attendance of all sessions and meetings is required. Participants who successfully complete the program will be awarded the certificate. So any attendance less than 70 will not receive the certificate. For any missing session, please inform your mentor and program coordinator via email entitled Mentee Absence Notification and providing the reason for the absence. By the way, even this session will be recorded and will be posted in the YouTube channel. Addressing potential challenges along the way, some of you who have been mentors in the past year's program have experienced some of those challenges, and some of these could be mismatching. You can reach out to the program coordinator, Women in Cyber at itu.int, or us at events@womenincybersecurity.me. Other challenges include lack of cooperation from a mentee. Using the activity tracker and informing the program coordinator is highly recommended if you have a mentee who is not very cooperative. Loss of interest, perhaps the disqualification and rematching. It will be investigated as to what is the reason for the loss of interest. It's still, as a mentor, not because the mentee loses interest, you'll just let them go. It is part of your being a mentor, being an inspiring leader, to let them continue with the program. And low level of engagement due to work schedule, please refer to the mentorship agreement for more information on responsibilities. Again, the recordings will be provided if the reason for absence is legitimate. We could have opt to request tips from the previous mentors, but again, we have a limited time. So I'll skip that part, requesting the previous mentors to share their experience. So how to make it work? Explore all areas of alignment in expertise, interest, and availability. Again, if you are not coming from the same time zone, it would be best that at the onset, you agree what is the best time to meet, which is more comfortable for both of you. How can you support your mentees' particular needs? Are you available to meet when they are requesting? So this is, again, another discussion on, between you and your mentees. Be consistent, set a regular meeting, because if it is already a regular meeting, if I am a mentee and we have already set that particular meeting, I'll make sure that that schedule is already blocked. Let's say if it's every Tuesday, then I'll block that schedule and I will not accept any other appointment. Okay, say no to rescheduling. Otherwise, as mentors, you will end up sacrificing your own personal time as well if you keep on allowing the mentees to reschedule. They say, okay, can we meet tomorrow? You as mentor say yes. And then tomorrow comes and I say, can we meet again tomorrow? And you will say yes again. So say no to rescheduling. And explore other ways to meet, walk and talk on the phone, or meet at an event. Okay. So again, we apologize that we dragged a bit for the translation. I appreciate Shamma and Basma for trying to translate them. It is impromptu. So if you have other questions, I tried to answer the questions in the chat box while Basma is doing the translation. Do you have any other pressing questions, please? Francesca is here to help us. And also if there is any specific item or slide that is not clear to you, let us know. If it needs to be translated as well by Shamma, please go ahead and do so, please. Thank you. Francesca.
Hi, thanks. We seem to have a question from Aisha. You can go ahead and unmute your mic. Thanks.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
I have one question. I have been assigned as a mentor, but I can see the members in my team, they're the senior and I'm the junior, so I don't know how this will work.
That's a great question. So what we tried to do was also, on top of focusing on people's years of experience, to also look at what their own goals were. So if you found that your mentees are what you decide is more junior than you, it could be perhaps that you have more expertise in the fields that are of interest to them. So I'm not sure if you have more of a technical IT background or a policy background. It could be that they have a more solid background in IT and technical issues and are looking to learn more about policy, or vice versa. So it was also important for us to look at what the goals of the mentees were and whether or not the mentors could provide that. And we also want to foster as much senior to junior engagement as possible, regardless of seniority. I think there's always space to learn and teach one another.
Okay.
And thank you, Aisha, for your question. Do you have Malak? You can unmute yourself. Unmute. Okay, Malak.
Thank you so much. And I'm sorry for my ignorance, but I want to clarify the time. So you mentioned it's 90 minutes a month. So it's in total it will be like 360 minutes in total within 4 months, from August to November. Is that true?
So correct me if I'm wrong, Irene, I believe this is the basic that or what we recommend. But of course, these are dependent on what each person's needs are in the mentorship circle. I mean, if you're able to exchange with one another more frequently, that's, you know, even better. It really depends. But we require this, I think, to be the minimum, I believe it is, in order for the mentees to obtain their certificate at the end. I hope that's clear.
Yeah, it is clear. Thank you so much.
Sure. Just another note, the times given are CEST. However, from the 29th of October, these will move to CET as our time zones are changing. But we will try to notify you about that.
Yeah, sure. Francesca, if you don't mind to ask, are you going to share the presentation with us?
I'm not sure. I don't believe these presentations are being shared. However, this session is recorded. So once the recordings are available, they will be shared and uploaded onto the Google Drive, which you'll have access to.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Do we have any more questions, or I think we're clear? Okay, I'll hand back over to you, Irene. Thanks.
Yeah, okay. So if there are no more questions, oh, Hiba, okay, raised her hand, please.
Hello, everyone. I've sent the questions on chat, but however, I'll ask them again. First of all, how can we start the conversation with the mentees and when? Shall we establish communication directly with them? Is there any time frame when to start and how to get in contact with them? Are you going to introduce us to them first or what?
That's a great question. Thank you for that. So we did have our mentee session yesterday, and we went over the expectations. We made it clear to them that we expect for them to reach out to you first. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Irene, they do have your contact emails as you have theirs, and we did give them a few tips on how to initiate the contact with you. I would advise, though, that if you have not heard from your mentees in the next, maybe say week, 2 weeks, perhaps to just send a message just to check that everything's okay. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, and also in the welcome pack, actually, there's a document that is titled Mentor-Mentee Matching. You can see your name as a mentor with your email address and your assigned mentees also with their email addresses. So as mentioned by Francesca, they have mentioned to the mentees yesterday that given that document, they can initiate the communication with their mentors already. Otherwise, it can be, you can reach out to your mentees as well. Again, the emails are there to kick off the discussion.
Yes, thank you. The emails are there, but I just wanted to understand who will establish the communication first. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
What's the shared folder you mentioned through the email?
Okay, if you did not receive it, could you please send me an email? I'm going to put again my email address in the chat, and then I will share with you the link.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, for everyone, send me directly an email on this email address. And Esra is raising her hand, please.
Yes, hello everyone.
Hi, Esra.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask about the inception survey. Is it mandatory only by the mentees, or should we as the mentors do it for the survey?
The survey is for the mentees. The inception survey is for the mentees only.
Okay, okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, anyone else? Hassan has a message on the chat. It's without email and it's names only. Is it your mentees without the email addresses? Let me review that again. And then I'll make sure that everybody, either mentors or mentee, have their email addresses in that document. Okay. So if there's no more question, again, thank you for your patience. Apologies that we are extending the time. We highly appreciate your patience. And until then, good luck to you, the mentorship program. And we look forward to hearing good feedback and experiences from your side. Thank you, everyone.